The Japanese yen has plummeted to a 40-year low, and the currency's dramatic fall against major currencies over the past 5 years is like watching a car racing downhill with no brakes. In 2021, one Japanese yen was worth much more compared to now, reflecting a staggering 32% drop in value. Economic impact. As the yen slides, international workers in Japan face a tough reality. Their earnings, when converted to their home currencies, are significantly diminished. Imagine a worker who once sent a comfortable amount home, now finding their remittances greatly reduced. This shakeup impacts their ability to manage expenses, save for the future, and support their families abroad. While Japanese workers adapt to the yen's decline, it's the international workforce who feel the squeeze the hardest. With the yen's value shrinking, their remittances decrease, creating a financial strain on their loved ones and adding pressure to their own pockets. These workers must dig deeper, working harder to offset the financial hit. Japan's economic history. Japan's economic journey is one of astonishing highs and challenging lows. Post-World War II, Japan surged ahead with iconic brands like Toyota, Toshiba, and Sony, positioning itself as a global economic powerhouse. For a time, Japan nearly outpaced the US as the world's richest country. Yet, the bursting of the real estate bubble plunged Japan into a deep economic crisis, forcing the government to take drastic measures like hiking property taxes and interest rates. Strange economic policies. Here's a twist. Japan's prices have been remarkably stable over the past 30 years. A bowl of ramen in 1995 cost the same as it does today, creating an economic anomaly. While the US and China grapple with the turbulence of inflation and economic shifts, Japan has been on a quest to spark inflation in a market that defies traditional economic logic. Inflationary pressure. The Japanese government has pulled out all the stops to ignite inflation. Think zero interest rates and negative interest rates in a bid to jolt spending. Yet, despite these efforts, the nation's penchant for saving persists, causing a stagnation in economic growth. Meanwhile, the US and China have been actively deploying robust monetary policies to manage their inflation and drive economic expansion, with stimulus packages and rate adjustments being their tools of choice. Changes from pandemics and wars. The global stage has seen seismic shifts since 2022, with the COVID-19 pandemic and the Ukraine war causing economic ripples. The surge in energy prices driven by these global events has raised production costs in Japan for the first time in decades. As the yen weakens, it plays into Japan's broader strategy, making Japanese goods more attractive globally. A lower yen makes Japanese products competitively priced compared to those from the US and China, boosting Japan's export potential. Yen and economic strategy. Japan, a titan in manufacturing and exports, leverages a weaker yen to sharpen its competitive edge. For instance, a Japanese car that once cost significantly more when the yen was strong now comes at a much lower price. This shift not only enhances Japan's export allure, but also provides a substantial advantage against products from the US and China, invigorating Japan's manufacturing and export sectors. So the yen's dramatic drop isn't just a chance occurrence, it's a carefully crafted economic strategy. Japan's approach is a calculated move to navigate global economic uncertainties and stay competitive against powerhouses like the US and China. Thanks for tuning in. We're eager to hear what topics you'd like us to explore next. Drop your suggestions in the comments below. See you next time.